Hello and welcome to Don't Seattle for Anything Less, episode 8, Gotta Break a Few Eggs. We last saw our heroes in a Bunraku parlor. They were hired to frame a senator for murder. They didn't quite do that, but they still got enough done to get paid.
And to be fair, I don't know if you could call us heroes with that mission. That wasn't a very heroic thing for us to do.
Shadowrunners are
I
not
had-
heroes.
No,
I had fun with it, and that's all that matters.
protagonist would be the better descriptor here.
Yeah,
Maybe.
fair enough, fair enough. Bad phrasing on my part.
Shadowrun's not about you becoming, a hero. Shadowrun's about you making enough money to survive.
Yeah, Shadowrun's about making the money, not necessarily being a good guy.
Although I would have loved it had you just let me knock the whole building down.
Hey, I tried to set it on fire without
Good try.
using a fireball in close quarters.
Fireball would have been interesting also, I'm just gonna say.
Fireball would have been, in retrospect, I'm just sorry I didn't throw a couple of fireballs. I really wanted that place to burn down. I didn't expect them to get the fire under control so quickly.
Well,
There were a lot of guys in the building.
we agreed we were going to go back down and burn it down anyways.
This is true. We were planning on that.
Y'all are crazy.
The
Yeah,
DM's like,
crazy.
oh no.
On that note, once you guys get back to your hideout and finish working with Romeo, was there anything that you wanted to do for yourselves before we get on to starting next storylines?
Drinking a lot. I'm drinking a lot. I had a lot of bad images from that last job, so I'm drinking
yeah,
a
you would've.
lot.
Okay, so I've got stim patches and trauma patches. I was thinking I was gonna looking at buying some patches. I'm like, no, I've got patches. I've got slap patches, so I don't need those right now.
Anybody that did see the last session, Sir got to see more of the senator than he ever wanted to see.
Go figure. The first episode that was completely centered around Scott's character, and that was his experience.
Yeah. Which made it hilarious for me.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much for his character.
Let's see. Drifter, she'd probably follow her usual routine. Don't think we need a resupply of the little boys just yet, the gnats.
Yeah, we only used one. I gave you the one we didn't use back.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah. So,
something that Salvo would have done. He'd been like, yeah, here you go. And I was gonna set it up somewhere, but I just sort of didn't.
oh, you brought
The
Lucius
opportunity.
back. How kind.
Lord, you named it.
Well, I name all of them.
I'm sure you do.
I had to drown Rufus. Poor thing. I imagine that's exactly the kind of silence that was met with that statement.
Yeah.
Well, I'm over here reading too, so you know what? I'm missing an element of my thing here.
For Bishop, is Bishop going to do anything in the meantime with his newfound wealth?
How much time would you say we have until our next mission?
Couple of days.
Couple of days? Oh yeah, he's disappeared for about a day and a half, and we'll just say that he is engaged in extracurricular activities.
You decided you liked the look of the land and wanted to head back to this place, to the scene of the crime, huh?
Not
He does look-
necessarily back there, but let's just say that he's familiar with that type of establishment.
Just for the record, he wasn't one of the people that went inside, so they wouldn't know his face. And he knows the password.
Bishop's smarmy, but he would be a little smarter than to go there. In fact, I would say he probably has a usual.
You know, Bishop could just flip them the bird, go there specifically the next day, and ask for the same girl.
She's not there anymore.
Probably not, but...
She's been the particular girl was retired.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he
retired.
messed her up. Yeah, she's probably not worth their money anymore, as far as they were concerned.
Well,
When-
the
when,
product went defective.
Yeah, when a
Yes.
Bunraku puppet has mental issues, as can happen when they're hacked, they tend to be exterminated because
know-
they go completely mental.
I've heard that, you know, their retirement package is very compact.
Very true. Very true.
You can fit it in the palm of your hand.
Might even be able to close your hand around it. Okay, so we got Bishop. Drifter's just kind of going about standard every day.
Pretty much. Cleaning, maintaining. That pretty much.
Do
is
they
it.
want to purchase anything right now, at least?
Oh, I've still got plenty of grenade launcher ammo. I should be good.
I'm actually looking at specific like tools or specific. I'm looking at because I'm good on weapons, so I'm actually looking at like fucking surveillance equipment and shit right now.
Makes sense. Just looked at the Twitch stream and realized I didn't pull up my own Roll20 yet.
Oh no, I just spent a couple hours drinking a lot and then finally passing out and coming back a day later.
And then you started playing the game.
Wow! Oh shit!
Everybody's got different coping mechanisms. And honestly, I don't think any of them are really healthy.
Not even a little bit.
Hey, I didn't come here to be judged by the likes of you, alright?
I think Drifters is probably the only one that is the most healthy because it hasn't involved alcohol yet.
Has it involved any other illicit substances? There are lots of different types of drugs.
Surprisingly, no. Meditation.
Break out the deep weed or something.
Nah, meditation.
Okay.
She's just no. She finds. I could put my money to better use elsewhere.
Your drug is explosions.
To be fair, I think that's a few of us as addictions.
I mean, really, not for a lot of fucking riggers. There we go. A lot of riggers. Nothing beats the rush that you get from hot simming into to your ride of choice.
Fair.
This is true. You could hot sim into Betty and just take a joyride on the interstate.
Yeah, but we've already seen she much prefers actually driving. And usual protocol is to stay low after a job, no matter what you were doing for her. Because the fewer people that see you and the fewer cameras you're on, the more likely you are to, wait until things die down.
Makes sense.
She's a professional.
With age comes experience.
Mm.
Absolutely right. You didn't get to her age without learning of going to through the school of hard knocks once or twice.
Yeah. Learned the fun way to not be stupid.
Pretty much.
Fair
Also,
enough.
she'd just rather her ex-husband not know she's here.
That also makes sense.
She was married?
Oh, when she was much younger, yes. Ask her about that sometime. She's got a story to tell. She's got a son too.
Does she ever talk about the son?
Not really. The son is kind of the reason everything fell apart, so...
No, blaming the kid and everything. Poor child.
Well, at least in her mind, no, you're gonna be a mechanic like me. And the dad is, no, you're gonna work for the mob like me. And he's like, no, I'm gonna go work for the corpse.
Oh, he became a wage slave?
No, not he. Let's see, where did I put it? Let's see here. He actually joined Horizon as a covert ops specialist because he learned a little bit of the tech trade from his mom and a little bit of the hard knocks trade from his dad, and said, I can make a lot of money from these folk.
Oh my. Oh my.
This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you say, I'm not gonna mess up my kid the way that my parents messed me up. A whole brand new breed.
I'm gonna do better than my parents. A different kind of fucked up.
That's right.
It'll be great. It'll be great. Oh Lord.
Hello? Is it me you're looking for?
Aww.
Yep.
Maglock passkey.
Maglock passkeys would be good if you are looking at trying to break through maglocks. Tends to be easier with a passkey, particularly if it's a maglock that uses a passkey.
Kind of feel like that's a thing. I mean, is breaking is that something that's tied to a skill, making the attempt to break through a maglock?
Yes. Let me check what skill it is. Give me just a second.
Because I probably don't have that skill unless it's under like something like stealth, which I could see, but I feel like it's probably more like one of the more engineering or mechanical skills, if there is.
It is engineering.
Yeah, so that really wouldn't do a whole lot of good in my hands.
But yeah, maglock key would assist in breaking maglocks that use keys. There are still other ways to break those, just if they require keys, you need a key or some sort of fake key to use.
You could always just drive through whatever you're trying to open with a truck.
There's always the option of breaking blocks. Some of them are going to be easier to break than others, but
Like with a
you
truck.
always have that option. Yeah.
I mean, we can probably advance. I'm just kind of looking at what I might buy. I don't think I'm going to I don't want to hold the game up while I'm just shopping. So if you guys want to progress, it's probably one of those things where like my shopping happens off screen.
Fair enough.
So
if you run into any questions, let me know. I'll do what I can to clarify.
All right.
Okay, so a couple days goes by without hearing much from Romeo, and you actually begin to get a little concerned when you get a message asking to meet at Underworld 93, a local bar and club in Puyallup. You arrive to the club a little after 3 p.m., and there's almost no one there. You go inside and see a few people milling about, hanging out at the bar, and when you actually see Romeo, he's sitting in a booth with two other kind of odd looking people, honestly. On his right, you'll see a really handsome man that's short and has tusks. Kind of orcish looking, really pale. To his left, you see beautiful woman, kind of has the same sort of skin color going on though, but more on the pale side. And you actually recognize these two because they've been on your vid screen recently. They are Shan and Shun, two of the members of the summit that's still going on. And Romeo will invite you up to pull up chairs and sit and talk business with Shan and Shun.
Obviously, Salvo probably goes over and takes a seat, but he kind of keeps himself just a tiny bit back. He's clearly wants to be a part of like whatever negotiation because that's like he considers himself a professional, but he's also gonna learn the lay of what's going on before he gets too committed to anything because the last job was kind of fucking fucky.
Fair enough.
Yeah, as a complete opposite, Drifter is going to take a seat, but she's going to put her boots up on the table, lean back, and start cleaning underneath her fingernails with a knife.
I'm gonna take a seat over there as well. Flag down one of the servers and order a few shots and start fighting fire with this wicked hangover I got going on.
Hangover cure, more alcohol. Gotcha.
I mean, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna call for like just a beer and take it over there and sit down and be like, "Hey, how y'all doing?"
Do any of you have knowledge government or knowledge political or anything like that?
I actually have knowledge politics.
Fantastic. Go ahead and roll that for me if you
Salvo
would.
actually does pay attention to politics.
I have knowledge corporations.
That would work for what I'm trying to get for.
Okay.
So go ahead, both of you roll it if you would.
Okay.
This is going to be off of
Oh.
memory, or is this off of logic?
This will be off of the perception.
Oh, off of perception. Okay.
Yeah.
And perception.
This is going to be something that'll trigger on seeing Shannon Sean.
Oh, that's right. And perception is like. What is perception? Is that?
It'd be listed under skills, if I remember right.
Okay, so I was
Yep, there it is.
trying to fix things. What am I rolling? Display.
3 success.
Okay.
Perception.
Intuition plus perception
for your
or
knowledge.
just-
Yeah. But if you roll the perception, it should automatically add the intuition.
Oh, just in the skills. Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you find that to roll, Jesta?
It's in skills, and it's towards the bottom of skills. It's like the very bottom.
Oh, perception. Duh. I see it now.
Damn.
Holy. Okay.
4 and 5, or 3 and 5 successes. So.
Okay, so you will actually both realize this. Shan and Shun are known representatives of a dragon.
Oh.
They are dragon proxies. They generally do the business on behalf of, and I'm just looking up the name of the dragon. They are the Great Sea Dragon, so they work for the Great Sea Dragon.
Oh shit. Well, I think there's just a bit of a smirk on Salvo's face as he remembers a very common phraseology in the Shadowrunning about deals and dragons. I'm probably going to probably gonna make it known at the table what's up, and it's like, So the great wet lizard wants the great wet lizard is looking for a little action in our part of the Seattle. Isn't that a little something?
Call it the Great Wet Lizard?
Yeah.
I knock back a shot and say, "My great wet lizard is always ready for action."
Oh, boy.
Salvo just looks over him and goes, "All right, I'm just gonna call him the Great Sea Dragon because that right there, that was uncalled for." Please
Damn
continue.
it, you prude.
I was about to say, when you call it the Great Wet Lizard, Shan and Shun, you can see them both get a little bit tense, but neither one of them says anything about it. When Bishop makes his comment, they both look daggers at him.
Yeah, that's why Salvo shakes his head. It's like what I said was he knows what he said was bad enough, but the addition of Bishop's addition to the conversation made him just be like, "All right, I'm gonna walk some of that back. Let's just do business."
Backpedal, backpedal, backpedal.
All right, let's not piss off our business partners before we've even figured out what they want. Please? Says the
Yeah,
lady
Salvo,
who is
don't
leaning
don't
back
piss
like
off our
she doesn't,
friends.
like she doesn't have a care in the world.
Well, the funny thing is at this point, probably all of you who have been Shadowrunners for any length of time would probably now remember that phraseology too about never dealing with a dragon.
Well, Romeo will actually start the conversation after that lovely introduction and let you know this is Shan and Shun. They're representatives of the Great Sea Dragon, as you guys seem to be aware. They have a collection job for you, and they're
Is it
wanting
any?
to discuss some options.
Depends. I want to know what it is that we're collecting.
Items from within a vault.
Are these items living or dead? This is important.
They
Or
need to
neither.
be collected.
It is pertinent that I know if these things are living or not.
It is pertinent that it be collected in the greater interest of the Sea Dragon.
I can get up and walk away from this table right now.
You certainly have that option, and we will find other runners that are willing to do the job.
This is going to be a real short session, isn't it?
Take boots off the table, lean forward.
Yeah, I think Salvo's probably just kind of like watching to see how this goes down, because this would be where, under normal circumstances, he might try to jump in and save the job. But after the last job deals with dragons, and the question being very specific, is it alive? And kind of like, what is this? He's totally behind Drifter's press for more information.
Whatever is going to be coming out of that vault is probably going to be put in my truck before it gets wherever it's going. I need to know if it's alive or not.
And we'll actually lean forward at this point and look you dead in the eyes. And we'll go and we'll let you know that they are going to provide a containment vessel for the item in question.
Wow.
So
really
that way
is
it will not be injured in your truck.
not be injured. Well, that answers the question in a roundabout way. It is alive.
Not necessarily.
Well, you generally tend to use the terminology injured with living things. So,
Injured,
want me-
damaged, it's all the same to us.
if you want me to believe it's not something alive, you're gonna have to convince me by telling me what it is.
You'll know it when you see it.
And why would we do this?
Because we're willing to pay you 5,000 new yen each to do it.
Bishop immediately says, "I'm in."
Me too. Let's go. What are we collecting?
They just told you they wouldn't tell us.
You are collecting items of interest to the Great Sea Dragon that are in underground vaults. You're going to be able to get to this vault through the Seattle Underground. You'll be able to get there with the use of a plasma lance. We'll provide the plasma lance. We'll provide a drone to power the lance. You just need to collect the item.
Who owns this vault?
They seem hesitant to answer.
Look, if I'm putting my neck on the line out for you, no matter how much money it's gonna cost me, or you, I'm gonna need to know if I'm pissing off Joe Blow down the street, or if I'm pissing off, I don't know, the greater Seattle area at large.
Just know that you'll be making a powerful ally.
Oh, what is that? What is that saying? It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, you know the saying. Salvo, remind me.
Well, I could quote you the full thing, but I think the most relevant thing you're probably thinking of here is never deal with a dragon. I think there's a lot of open questions, and if you're expecting us to do a job, you need to either come forward with a lot more information or a lot more Crenouillan than what you got on the table. I'm gonna vote both. That's just me, though.
Are you going to enter into negotiation then?
Let's not put labels on anything. I'd like to hear a better offer, and I'd like to hear a better offer and more details before I commit to anything.
Not able to give you more information on what it is you're collecting, but we might be able to talk Nuyen. Who wants to make the negotiation check? Or is there anyone that wants to assist with it? Because right now Salvo's making the check.
My intention was to let Drifter make the check, but
negotiation?
Yep.
What is that, a skill?
Negotiation is going to be done through... Oh, which one was it? Give me just a second. I had it written down and I just looked at it earlier and I lost that note. Oh, of course, that she just says they need to make a negotiation check. But not how. Alright, give me just a second.
I mean, I have a charisma of 3. That's not much, though.
I mean, I could drive Betty through the storefront. That would be pretty. I mean, that could be a pretty interesting negotiation. They'd be short too. And then I could make a Star Wars reference.
I feel like it's a poor negotiation tactic to run our benefactors over.
Look, we're gonna be pissing off somebody no matter what we do. It's whether we piss off a dragon or we piss off whoever the dragon has decided to piss off.
You know what? I would prefer not to piss off a dragon.
What if it's another dragon we're pissing off, though? Come on, man.
That's my question, you know?
Okay, negotiation is based off of influence.
Bud, no, I can't. I have -1 in influence. No. Oh wait, hold on. Looking at my character sheet, I might have. Hold on. Okay, I hold on. I have.
If somebody can at least try to give me an assist roll here, because my influence is not that great here.
If anyone would like to assist, you can make the roll, and however many successes you get would be that many dice that he gets in addition to his roll.
Oh, that's the mod. Hold on.
I can help.
Okay.
Well, I'll help as well with my 5.
I've got a pool of 2 for that. I'm not going to be able to help.
Oh, come on. You could totally try, because if you crit fail, it'd be so much fun for me. I'm kidding.
Hey.
I'm kidding.
Oh, no. It makes perfect sense. I mean, it especially makes sense for Drifter to be terrible at this, bad at this, because
Yeah.
Terabad.
not only is she uncouth with her qualities, she's also got a bad rep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's two. So I'm adding what, 2 dice to this here?
Yep.
So I got a success with my aid and
And then
to
it's /R2d6 because it doesn't give me the option to add the 2d6 as such.
to the
Have a
to
success.
the to the conversation. I'll also add what kind of resistance are we looking at here?
If you
Yeah,
could
that-
sell Drifter on the explosions, you might have her. Maybe. But right
Well,
now,
you're not exactly going to be going directly into the vault. That's why we're providing you the lance. You're going to be going in through the wall.
that she didn't dislike hearing that specifically, but
So
I got a way we can get get through walls without using that there lance.
so I
This
got,
is a really high security vault.
I was going to say,
So what kind of security are we expecting? I guess is
Well,
what I'm after.
you do have to go in through the Seattle Underground, and there's all sorts of ghosties and ghoulies down there. That's not really our business on how you get there. The location is going to be in the Seattle Underground. We can get you a map that'll get you within 1,000 yards.
All right.
How you get to the wall is on you. Does anyone have any knowledge of Seattle Underground? Because I can give more information if you know more, but they're not really going to tell you more.
1 sec. I have knowledge Seattle streets, knowledge Seattle drug trade.
Actually, enough of the drug trade probably takes place in the underground that might actually work.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
well,
I
I
don't
have
know.
underground.
I don't know
think
how
just I
much
got this
each of these are.
what's the timetable? Excuse me. What's the timetable?
I did not make a note of that. Give me just a sec. Let me check my notes or check my scenario here.
And I don't know what the I got like at least 1 success out of the help rolls.
Get 1 success. And with
It was
that,
a good thing you had that help roll too, because if you
Right?
hadn't,
That's why I was asking. Yeah.
you had 1 crit fail, which means it would have just completely flipped.
Yeah, they would have just gunned us down or some stupid shit.
yeah,
Fuck.
with rolling your 2 dice and one of them being a crit fail, that would have been a critical glitch, meaning that they might have just wrapped up and left.
Yeah. Like, well, obviously you people can't handle this shit. Fuck off. Like, huh.
But they actually do not have a set time. They will let you know that if you can let them know, if you can let us know when you're wanting to do it. It'd have to be sometime in the next couple of days, but we'll make sure the equipment's where it needs to be.
Drifter's getting ideas now, but a lot of it's going to require some setup time because.
Now,
Go ahead.
as far as the negotiation goes, Romeo is actually going to pop in.
You mean
And,
the guy who's actually good at this?
Oh, he's not necessarily negotiating on your behalf. He's going to help you sweeten the pot a bit, because he has interest in this. He's going to kind of push Shannon Shun back just a little bit, let him sit back and relax a bit. He's like, look, I've got a vested interest here too. How about I put in another 2,500 each?
I actually, while we're thinking about this, now that I realize this, I actually have knowledge magical societies. Would allow me to make any kind of check to see if I know anything about the Great Wet Lizard and his interests.
The great wet lizard. You heard it here, folks.
Knowledge.
Heard it here, folks.
What was the knowledge?
Magical society.
Magical society? No, that wouldn't necessarily help for this one.
Okay, I didn't know if it would help me know more about the dragon or not because they're magical creatures. But all right, fair enough. I was just checking.
All right. Now,
An extra 2,500 brings us up to 7,500 apiece.
all right. So you're supplying a drone with a cutter, a laser cutter, or a plasma cutter?
Plasma cutter. Plasma lance, to be specific.
Hey, can we keep the drone after? You know, as a souvenir.
Hey. I was just getting there.
I just asking on
Are you
your
gonna need the
behalf.
hardware after we're done with it?
If you can get us the contents of the safe safely, you can keep any of the equipment we send for you.
What about and if there's anything else in the vault? Is that fair
We don't
game?
care about anything else. You can take anything else from the vault.
Sounds like a good deal to me. Shoot.
Too good.
So what's the complication here? Couldn't be as straightforward as this.
What sort of complication are you wanting?
You know, smash and grab with equipment provided. There's got to be some catch-22.
I just thought about it. Wasn't someone gonna run a knowledge drug trade or something?
Yeah, that would be
information.
Bishop.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Bishop,
just-
make
I don't have the ranks listed here. Remember, you may actually meet this
For-
character. Listed.
for knowledge, it's gonna be a perception roll. Or a
Oh.
memory roll, depending on which you think would be relevant for what you're trying to do.
What is the die roll?
For this one, I would say probably perception.
Okay, but what's the actual? Do I just roll that then?
Yeah.
Okay, perception. Gotcha. Perception. Perception.
Well, with one
Wow!
success, you're not gonna get a lot more information.
That's a critical
but you-
glitch.
Oh, it is? Oh shit, it's a super critical glitch.
Not only is your information wrong, it's so wrong, it's just detrimental. Let's see.
All that you can really tell about the Seattle Underground is the drug trades are at a different spot every time, and they are a bitch to find.
That's about right.
Every time you need to meet your dealer, they pick somewhere else, and every time it is so annoying.
That's why I like to stock up.
But yeah, that's all you're gonna get out of that. I did not look at the number of ones you rolled off that one success.
So are we taking the job then here?
Yes.
That's up to you.
Against my better judgment. You said we'd be making an ally in this?
Help us out, the great sea dragon may have other offers for you.
Maybe if he could off my bitch husband. Ex-husband, mind you. Anyways. I think I'm in.
Salvo, looking at the table and seeing that pretty much everybody else is for it, kind of cocks a cocky smile and does the finger guns, and he's just like, he's like, well, looks like you hired yourself a team. You got the cash, I got the blast. He fucking puts like a business card down on the table.
I'm gonna need that back. I only have the one.
No. He made he had enough to make like a whole bunch of them, but he has way more of them than he actually has found use for yet. So he's just boxes of them.
Airdrop them.
He's just got boxes of them sitting in his closet in both of his different like apartments, just sitting there.
It cost me a whole month's rent, but someday.
Birds are cheap.
They really are. And there's a little bit of when I worked in the nightclubs, I was the back of the house manager, and they made me business cards, which was cool, and it felt cool. I still have a few, but they ordered these massive fucking boxes of them, and I never found a use for like 10,000 goddamn business cards. I was like, fuck, I hand them out, but I mean,
It was a deal. $100 for 10,000. You don't not take that deal. Come on.
I exaggerated. It probably wasn't 10,000, but it was probably over 1,000. I was like, I can't go through this many business cards.
But even if it's like, 1,000 business cards for $150, it's a good deal.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Yeah, I don't know what they paid for them. They just the company supplied them. I was like, all right.
Remember the last time I had business cards printed, it was a box 100 for $30. So
I got really cheap ones then, gotcha. Let's see, when I got business cards for one of the clubs that I used to be in, I got 2 boxes of 100 for $10.
that is a good
But it was
deal.
also on sale.
It's a very good deal.
And then I was sitting on them for a really long time.
It always looks much cooler in the movies when they hand somebody their business card and they're just like, see my card. You do it in real life, you always feel a little like a goober. So he's like, "Here's my card." It's like, how do you do that without looking like a try-hard? Here's
I don't
my
look like a
card.
tryhard.
I am
Every
a
time.
tryhard. I don't look like one. I am one, buddy.
Anyways, if everyone's going to accept the offer, then
Yep.
Shan and Shun are both going to sit back, kind of look at each other, and then just kind of go silent and start drinking their drinks.
Like, okay, the meeting's over. We're not going to leave or dismiss you. We're just going to ignore you and drink.
Well, more or
When-
less, etiquette
When
is
do you
we
want the
leave.
stuff there?
What's that?
When do you want the stuff there? How long do you think you will need to prepare to get this job done?
What is today? I know
Yeah, I
again.
fucking know.
What do we think?
It's like, what day of the week is it? I'm just curious.
We're gonna say it's probably like a Tuesday.
Coming up. Alright, stop. How does Friday evening sound?
Get the stuff there Friday evening.
Most people are gonna be at the club. I think we can make
Salvo.
it work.
Yeah, Salvo nods at this. He's like, he figured that we'd probably ask for a day or two to fucking prep too.
Who do we send the map to when we get that set up?
Nod over to Sir.
Yeah, like, although like whenever we leave, Salvo will probably be like, hey, whenever you get the map, tell me, give me a copy of it.
Forward it
Because
to me so I can put it in Betty, please.
They will need to get a comm number for whoever they're sending the map to. So if you want to give them your normal comm number, or if you have any junk comms that you want to have them send it to, up to you.
If anyone has junk comms, it should be Sir, right? I saw
I'd like
that
a call.
smile.
Well,
Like
I
a-
think I have about 4 or 5 junk ones, so we'll pick the third. Let's use that one.
Yeah, you're just
Whatever.
gonna slide them the number. That works.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now-
Salvo. As soon as you get the information, Salvo's going to try to work out who we're robbing, and because he'd like to know who we're pissing off too.
I want a copy of the map too, because I'm always getting lost there and there. Damn it!
Yeah.
Yeah, if you.
Now,
Hey,
But-
just ask Slagheap. I'm sure he'll have a much easier time of it.
I mean, no need to go around corners when he can just go through it, make his own tunnel, right?
and before you leave, Shan's gonna lean forward once more and let you know. With the drone and the lance, there's gonna be a protective case. You'll know our item when you see it. Just make sure it makes it into the case intact.
And then we do with the case what?
And we need to know where we're.
We'll send a second map. It'll lead you to an empty warehouse in Tacoma. We'll meet you there.
Oh boy, Tacoma. I love Tacoma. With the most sarcasm she can muster.
Salvo sees an opportunity to bait Drifter here, but decides against it. Just like, not worth it.
What's wrong with Tacoma? I got a cousin in Tacoma.
Maybe that's the reason. What? Not funny enough for you? Okay.
And yeah, I think probably I'm going to after we leave here, Salvo is going to do what Salvo do, and he's going to go looking for information. Because I want to know about the Sea Dragon.
Well, I'm curious what's in the vault, and my best guess, if we can tell where the vault is, we can tell who owns the vault.
No, exactly. And as soon as we get the information, that's something else I'm going to try to work out. If you guys can work it out faster, although I think probably Sir is going to be able to work it out much faster than any of us.
I got a
But-
fence buddy. Maybe I'll go talk to him.
I'm going to go talk to my contacts. I think for this one, I'd like to go to Shelley Karsten, but I think first, before I go to Shelley, I'm probably going to give my my Mr. Johnson contact, Matsuda Shiha, a call, and see if I can't get some information from him. I've got a connection to and loyalty to with him.
Go ahead and roll 2d6. Let's see if he's very helpful.
2d6. Is there anything else? Just the 2d6?
Yep, just the 2d6. No womp womp. Yeah, he doesn't know anything.
Yeah. He's like, all right. I just figured I'd check.
He knows that the dragon exists.
Yeah, it was like, I just figured I'd check. It might possibly be relevant. And then probably hit up my bartender friend, Shelley Karsten, and see what the word on the street is. Be
What
like,
is their contact and loyalty rating?
3.
3. Okay. Go ahead and make the roll.
Alrighty. Hit up the bar like, so Shelley, I've been kind of need some information on this sea dragon. Got a couple of associates named Shane and Sean. What do you know about this dragon and their interests in the city? 'Cause
Not a lot to know about their interest in the city, but I can tell you that that particular dragon lives in the sea for a reason. Soon as magic hit and meta-humans started becoming more of a thing, she developed a particular taste for meta-humans, and she's been run off a few places. But don't get too close.
I'd say It's a wonder that those that are associates managed to stay alive. They're meta themselves. Hmm.
They must be useful to her somehow then.
All right. Well, and I probably tip an extra 5 credits, and I'm like, or extra 5 new yen, and like, actually, fuck it, I'll tip an extra 20 new yen. Shelly's been a pretty good information source for me. So, but probably drink a couple of beers and shoot the shit. Kind of do. Ooh, where you at? There you go. Yeah, probably shoot the shit for a little bit longer. We'll have a couple beers and before I head back to the safe house. Ooh.
She sees you put the tip and she says, "Well, let me make a few calls, see if I can get any more information for you."
Salvo smiles. He's like, "I'd appreciate any help you could give me. You got my number. Just let me know." And like she probably knows me as Salvo, but the number she has is actually probably my most stable SIN number, Stephen Franks, um, which she probably knows is an alias. It's probably one of those things where it's like it's a Shadowrun kind of place. Where it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is not his real name, neither is Salvo, but this is the number I have to call him on. This is who he is to me on any given day. So, um, so yeah, probably like head back to the safe house, and when I get back, I'll probably catch up with. I probably like as soon as I get in the door, I probably like, hey, people like individuals. Salvo's back. Got a little bit of information. Drifter,
Yeah.
sir.
What?
Yeah, you finally coming out?
Aw.
No, you. What? Completely and totally not even relevant to the situation that's going on. Why would you even? You know what? Don't answer that. In fact, don't answer anything right now.
Look,
You're
all of
probably.
these outward jokes are really just him on the inside screaming for a confession for him in Slag Heap.
I don't even need that image in my mind, but I do have information. Did a little checking around, made a couple of phone calls. So the sea dragon here that we're dealing with
Mm.
seems they live in a sea because they keep getting run off. They
Sea
like to eat.
dragon.
Yeah,
I see
exactly.
dragon.
Well, here's the thing. They like to eat metas.
Oh, oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
so I'd prefer if we get any invitations to meet this sea dragon that we decline in the politely negative, because well, and I kind of look around like, Sir and I are both elves, and so is Sakura when Sakura's with us, and Slag Heap's a troll, but that's a dragon. Like, he's like, yeah, I think our best bet probably, unless we're aiming to die horrible deaths, or we think we're just that damn tough, probably want to, maybe not meet this dragon in person.
All right, that's actually info I think I might be able to run with. I got I got two people. I got a fence, and then I got a guy I get jobs from times.
Okay.
I'll hit them both up and then see if they've got any information. This helps. This might help narrow down the kind of vault. Maybe. We'll see. If it is
Is
what
that
I
what you're
think,
going to be
go ahead.
specifically asking about?
More or less kind of a, hey, if someone were going to hit a vault, what would they be looking for? Especially if this person were, I don't know, a dragon who has all of the wealth they could possibly want.
Well, we don't necessarily know if the dragon is. Well, it's safe to assume they're rich, but we don't know how rich. We don't know how, if they're like by the city rich or not. Well,
Right.
clearly not, because they haven't bought the city. But
Fair. But there are some things you just can't buy. All right. Let's start with Osher. Osher's the fence that uh, Drifter likes to run her goods through because he's reliable.
Go ahead and roll the loyalty rating.
How does one do that? I'm sorry.
It's just going to be rolling however many d6 you have on the loyalty.
Oh, it'd be 3. 2 seconds. Close that. Oh. He's not in a good mood today, I'd gather.
Well, 1d6, and you said, what was the connection rating on him?
Uh, loyalty 3, influence 3.
Okay. Let's see if that gets you anywhere. I can tell you that for vaults that are underground, those tend to hold a lot of valuable. So keep them in mind.
Yeah, about that. What if this thing is not an object per se? It's been objectified, but might not be an object?
Is
All right. Hey, I'm gonna be getting some hardware from whatever comes out of this. I'll make sure to send it your way. I know you were looking for a plasma lance.
plasma lances are certainly helpful in this business.
I thought you might like that.
Let's see if sweetening the deal helps you any. Helps you out a little. Let me get back to my information page. So who'd you say was sending you to get this information stuff?
I didn't say anybody. I said I was asking.
So
Is he
underground vault
Hmm.
that you're getting contracted for that requires a plasma lance to get into. Are you sure you don't need help on this, Ron? Because I mean, I could use some pocket linings too.
I've got a couple people backing me up on this. Actually, I was drawn in by others, so it would be, you know how it is, inviting people to somebody else's job.
Well, I can tell you, based on just the information that you've given me, that whatever it is, especially in a vault that's in the Seattle Underground, it's heavily protected. You're gonna want to go armed.
Makes sense.
That
Just-
being said, it'll be insanely valuable. Make sure to call me after you get the stuff, because I'll give you a good deal.
Oh, sure.
I got connections.
Oh, sure. I understand that. However, if I did this, are you sure you'd be prepared to face the wrath of whoever this was meant to go to?
Contracted to deliver, make sure that gets to who you need to go to, because if you're getting contracted to go underground and break into a vault, I don't want to make that enemy.
Also, especially since he's an orc, be like, yeah, this person might just eat you for a nice healthy lunch.
Eat me. Maybe I don't want to be involved. Contact someone else.
You know I'm just teasing, Jesus. I'll get you that plasma lance.
Thank you.
Click. All right. Next is probably hitting up the guy I usually get jobs from. His name is Halt. This is an elf. He always
Just
has
know all the metas.
Well, of course.
Okay.
Drifter can be friendly when she wants to, especially when being friendly is helping with jobs. She's reliable. That's why they come to her.
Here's what I don't get. Bishop is friendly. He's scummy, but he's friendly enough. You guys are just nothing but dicks to him.
It's because he's scummy.
It's because he's got a troll in
gotta-
indentured servitude.
Oh, an indentured servitude that may not even realize it's an indentured servitude.
Yeah, Halt Manderson. Give him a ring.
And what was this one's profession? Sorry.
He is covert ops specialist, but
Covered
he's
ups.
yeah, he's a guy I can grab jobs from every now and
Okay.
again when I'm desperate because
Yeah.
his shit tends to get people killed. He knows me
And-
as Wilma Wilkins, which obviously is
Hold
fake.
on, let me write that down because I'm gonna forget.
Wilma Wilkins.
Bilbo.
But it is a quality 6 sin, so
Yeah, that's a very solid sin.
That's the same as rating as what Stephen Frankson is.
Okay, so what is your connection rating with them?
again 3 and 3.
3 and 3. Okay, go ahead and make your roll.
Can I?
What are
Alright.
you going to ask them?
I'm gonna ask him specifically if he's heard about any jobs for a specific person. Said person. Oh no, we're gonna go there.
Are you going to mention the dragon?
Not initially. Let's see what he's got for me first, and then I will feed him relevant information.
Okay.
Is that one success with the 5?
Yeah, that is one success. Yep.
Okay.
So go ahead and tell me what you're gonna start with on him then.
Hey, hey, I've just kind of been offered this job, but I'm not entirely sure if it's legit. I was wondering if maybe you'd heard some people asking around.
Asking around for what?
Well, they want us to break into a vault down in the Undercity. And apparently they have the hardware to back it up. Have you heard any people asking around?
A vault in the Undercity? That's nasty business.
That's what I said. But, look, after working with you for 3.5 years, I've learned to
You got
handle
this.
myself.
You got this, Wilma.
Yeah, it's just one tiny little problem. I
Okay.
give him the names of the 2 people that contacted us. They say they're working for, well, a sea dragon.
Well, they don't just work for her, they're her proxies. They make deals on her behalf.
Right. Now,
So,
that,
you got fingers in some pretty powerful pudding there.
Uh-huh. Well, let's just hope she decides I don't look tasty. I know I'm not her thing, but
She normally don't come this side of the ocean, so I can't imagine that she'll come here, but
well,
if she does, I don't envy anybody in her path.
my question is why? What does she want out of a vault buried beneath the city, huh?
I don't know much about what they would want in the vault. I can tell you that a couple years back, she had some eggs stolen. She got those back, but if whoever stole them has got that vault, they may be looking for some sort of vengeance.
Or another egg that we don't know has gone missing.
It's possible. But we got some dragons here also. So
Oh, somebody else's egg. Oh, suddenly this just got very not. So, yeah. If I make it out of this, just know I'm coming back to you for jobs because at least you don't pit me against dragons. How's that sound?
well, I certainly don't try to pitch you against dragons. That's dangerous business. Don't die.
Hmm. Oh, well, yeah. Either way. I think Betty might just fit down there. Not the smaller tunnels, but some of the larger ones, maybe. Speaking of which, you feel like making a new contact?
May
I might just drop your name to a couple of the people we're working with. They're not bad, and I know you're always looking for people. God knows your crew has the turnover rate of a fucking fast food restaurant.
And no one's brave enough to do a decent job, except for you. You've always done good for me.
Well,
You're the lifer of the crew. I appreciate it.
lifer. Yeah, what little I have left of it. All right, I'll cut you loose. Thanks for the talk. I'll make sure. Well, I owe you.
Have a good night, Wilma.
Click. All right. I just kind of relay the general sentiment of what my what my contacts were able to say.
Okay. Does anyone else want to try to get any information?
Oh, there's always digging through public records and security systems on the net, but that's not really Drifter's cup of tea.
Sir, Bishop? Anyone else?
I got nothing.
Okay.
Scott, I think Sir said something, but we couldn't hear him.
I don't know. I half think about it, and I was like, let's just go blow up a bank. Who cares? We're good.
Let's fly blind on this one. That's a great idea.
Worked great with the last one.
Yeah, except for the part where we barely got paid because, well, we didn't actually do what they said.
Well, and the fact that we didn't actually fly blind. I did at least some reconnaissance going in, and so did you.
Now I think about it. What if this... Well, I guess we'll know once we see the shape of that container, huh?
Yeah, this whole thing is hinky. Speaking of which, I'm beginning to wonder if I'm gonna need to start looking for a new place to live.
I'm gonna go start looking up the difference between dragon eggs and different, flavors, I guess, if that's a good way to put it.
What are we gonna eat this thing now?
No, but I had
A lot of omelets.
I had one guy who was kind of interested in it until I told him that a dragon was involved, and then he didn't want any part of it. But
Wait. So you were going to sell the object that we haven't even gotten yet?
oh no. He
That
asked me, and I said the people the people I am working for would not be happy about that. Trust me.
Well, I hope so, because, I mean, that would probably be a really bad move to piss off a dragon that likes to eat metas by selling out their whatever it is we're supposed to get for them before we even get it.
Well, I mean, can't say she's inspired me with confidence so far.
Well, me neither, but it has inspired me with the healthy idea that maybe it's not a good idea to get eaten.
Well,
Kind of tends to, put a damper on your professional plans.
see, I'm 65. My professional plans don't, recount for much more than building up enough money to retire and then, spending the rest of my life looking, over my shoulder, hoping people don't recognize me.
Yeah. Well, excuse me if my professional interest includes not dying or getting eating. Tends to be bad for the reputation, you know? Can't get many jobs when you're in a dragon's gullet.
Fair. But I'm not a metahuman, so.
I don't
I hear I don't taste good.
Yeah, I don't know about because they didn't exactly say that the dragon didn't occasionally eat other people. A taste for metas
Potato, potato.
means we get eaten first, or maybe last, depending on whether he wants to save us for dessert.
I'm more looking at this from a wait and see approach. Because let's be honest, if it is one of her eggs that went missing, well, I wouldn't feel too bad about stealing that to give it back. On the other hand, if she decided she wanted to steal somebody else's, I'd rather not because, well, pissing off, the storm dragon versus pissing off a dragon that might reside here in the city, one's a little farther away than the other. I can get a head start on the storm dragon. Sea dragon.
I'm just gonna say that all dragons' reaches are global, and don't kid yourself by thinking otherwise.
Kid. Let's just put it this way. It's not if I get eaten by a dragon or killed by a dragon. It's which one.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. So I say fuck it.
Yeah.
Says the guy who's most likely going to be killed by his own instrument of destruction. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Not like
you know what?
needed
We
to,
got
but-
obviously you may have figured it out, but we got safeguards in place just in case he gets a little off his leash, as far as that's concerned. So
What are you gonna
that's
do?
not gonna happen.
What are you gonna do? Pop his head with a Cortex bomb? It's
Bishop gets a little nervous when you say that.
it's
And
funny.
he says, "Why do you say that?"
Oh,
Hey, I got a question.
Probably be about the only thing that could keep something like that from eating something like you. It makes sense to me.
and by the way, she says, getting this devious smile on her
She was
face.
married.
What?
She was married once, dude. Did you all catch that in the little meeting thing? That was kind of.
Oh, you're just now
Did
catching
you have
on
fun
to
with-
that.
Oh no, I'm just deciding to bring it up now
Oh, okay.
because y'all are arguing and it's making my head hurt, and I'm trying to change subject. And so,
I'm
how come the marriage did work?
not talking about that right now. I'm talking about, I'm very. Let's just say, sometimes you wander into places with jammers, and those can fuck up the best laid of remote Cortex bombs.
All I'm saying is that if we're gonna end up going up against any dragons, we're gonna need a lot more explosives.
Well,
More than your fireball, dude? Come on.
Oh,
Have you ever met a dragon? Oh, don't answer that. You're alive. Obviously, you've never met a dragon.
So, about that, explosives, I may have promised that plasma lance to somebody.
Yeah, and the cut of the profits that we're getting is how much?
Well, let's just say his usual cut is 60%. So... Look, I really used it to try and buy some information from him, so you guys can just have whatever's left. Me, I've got
There's
my...
a whole bowl full of fun stuff. So
That's what I was thinking. I might find something more fun than a plasma lance.
And we might find nothing down there except the package we're meant to deliver. I'm just saying that if you're going to start selling the equipment that was sort of like left up in the air, we should all get a cut of that.
Well,
Oh.
I guess I'm.
Go ahead.
Oh no. I was talking about something else. Sorry.
Yeah, and I think like there's and I think Salvo puts a fine point on it too. Like, I mean, think about it. We all take a cut of whatever that plasma lance is worth. I'm pretty sure that'd buy quite a few jammers now, wouldn't it? Fucking
We could just keep them on all day.
I'm not worried about jammers. It's just always have a good. It's always a good practice to have a backup for the backup.
Oh, and what pray tell would get through a jammer, smartass?
Let's just say that my organization has programmed its ways.
Oh, let me guess. You have a ping going to his head, and whenever the ping is interrupted, even for a set amount of time, it just automatically goes pop. Oh, okay.
No, nothing like that. But don't you worry your pretty wrinkled head about that.
What the fuck did you just say?
Oh,
Say
Oh.
that again.
I love how our characters just sort of
popcorn.
like they're just fucking always bickering.
Well, yeah, it's not like we're exactly the most put together team you've ever seen.
But
Oh,
don't
no.
worry, I know about you, and I know about your ex-husband, and I know about your sordid little family past. You've got a rap sheet a mile long.
A mile long. Sure. What's my real last name?
I mean, out of character, I don't fucking know, but
I think that's the point. I'm not sure you'd have that information. And I think she's calling your bluff.
it wouldn't be a bluff. The organization that Bishop works for, like, he would actually have that information.
Would he really, though? Because
Here's
see,
the thing,
this is not in Seattle.
Right.
Like the house, the past life was not in Seattle.
The only way I'm going to put it this way: the only way that the organization that Bishop works for would not have that information is if you quite literally lived in the little house on the prairie, without having any sort of sin,
I
fake or otherwise.
I tend to disagree with that assessment because if that were true, nobody would be able to slip through the shadows because the other corporations that exist would have to have that same level of information and there would be no Shadowrunners. By our very nature, most of us don't have real names or they've been left behind so long ago that there's not much to work with. It's not inconceivable one couldn't find out about an individual's Shadowrunner, but to say that any organization knows everything about
No. They wouldn't. But the particular organization, which does actually exist in the lore that Bishop works for, would have the information and would actually have the information on each. Now, like
there is
in
no
game
information
wise,
to have on Salvo. Salvo does not exist other than a shadow of names and aliases that don't.
How about we just settle this and ask the GM?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Like all this is just. I mean, I believe that the organization would, but I guess there is a particular subset of Shadowrunners that the organization that Bishop works for would actually know.
Devana, I know we've just derailed everything you've planned.
Right.
It was going to be a shorter session tonight, anyways. But
If you're talking, we can't hear you, Devana.
My mute button had been pushed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, check the chart.
Okay, so yeah, we hadn't
Okay.
heard you for a while.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Well, his organization may have collected some information on the runners that are running with him, just because they have been wanting to collect information on Slagheap and his interactions. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that Bishop would have the information.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
that's a great point. Great point.
The organization might have it because they would have been looking at whoever has been in close contact with their subject.
Well, because he is set and with this placed in with this particular group of runners, Bishop would have an understanding of each a person, though, like at least to a certain extent.
He would be given relevant information. He wouldn't necessarily be given all information.
It's a matter
Right.
of what would they trust him with to begin with, or consider need to know.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And yeah, and there really isn't much to know about Salvo, except for there's too much to know about him because he's got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different fake identities and a shadow running alias. Even I don't know his real name. That was by design.
Fair enough. I will say that you do get a call back from your bartender friend,
Yeah.
and they're going to tell you they weren't able to collect much more information on the sea dragon. The only real part they were able to find out is that she has layers all over the Pacific Ocean.
Layers.
Layers. She has places
Layers.
where she
Oh,
sleeps,
layers.
hunts, everywhere. She travels a lot.
Oh. And it's relevant in that we know that for all over the Pacific Ocean, so probably doesn't have much reach in the Atlantic at the moment.
Well, it's a good thing we're off the Pacific then, right?
Yeah.
We're off on the road to Rhode Island.
Right. It'd probably be a thing where it's like he'd
Pile
probably
in, kids. We're
Salvo
taking a road
probably-
trip. Go ahead, sorry.
Salvo would probably shoot this information back to Drifter in the sense that, like, further information. Apparently, this dragon's got lairs all over the Pacific Ocean and travels a lot. So, finding them, if we ever decided to go renegade, could be a problem.
At the end of the day, I don't expect that to happen. I think this job is going to go exactly the way they want it to, whether we want it to or not.
Even
Okay.
if the egg belongs to a different dragon?
Have you ever destroyed a dragon egg, my friend?
Well, I'm still alive, so clearly not.
Hmm.
Salvo has a healthy respect for dragons. He knows better than to fuck with them if he doesn't have to.
Fair enough. Sir, you will also get a ping of the map getting to you. It will also have schematics for the drone that you're going to have access to, the lance, and what the container is going to look like.
Now we can start trying to triangulate who exactly we're stealing from.
I was going to say, what is the
Look,
shape of that
Here you go,
container?
Matt. Here's what the container looks like.
It's a square. Has a lot of latches and a rather complex lock. There is information on how to open it, but it says once you open it and place the device inside it, it will automatically lock and not be able to be unlocked.
Oh, okay, so it's a time lock, would be my
Yep.
guess.
What about how big is this cube?
Let me see if I have specific information on that.
So, how many people wanted a copy of this map thing?
Just send it to all of us.
Yeah,
Pretty
I
much.
was gonna say.
Oh, just everybody?
Yep.
All right, forwarded.
Yeah, we all got different reasons why, but at least a couple of us want to start trying to triangulate who we're stealing from by location, where this vault is, and who owns the buildings around it.
It is a large-ish container. It is going to be roughly 2 meters tall and 1.5 meters wide.
So
Happy.
It's large, yeah.
it's like a wardrobe size, big wardrobe
Oh.
size. We're going to Narnia, kids.
I don't think we're going to Narnia. I think
Somebody
someone else
is, or something is.
Somebody is. Somebody or something.
Now I'm kind
I
of
don't know.
back.
I had a bad idea. We just put a bomb inside on a longer timer than the box, so that when
Is
they
it-
get the box blows up.
Is it clear?
I don't know if I actually have that information. If it doesn't say, I'll make something up.
Hmm.
You know what? I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy a Salvo while he's out is gonna buy a really decent like nightclub, like a chic nightclub outfit, because he's gonna do some clubbing. Because hey, he's gonna have free time. He's gonna spend 1,000 credits on a really chic nightclub outfit.
Does Salvo mention this to the group?
Mm,
Do you
he
want him
would.
as a clubbing buddy? Do you want Bishop
Yeah.
as a clubbing buddy?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know that he necessarily would, just based on the fact that no one has mentioned any interest in nightclubs, and this is sort of a thing he's doing with his free time. And as far as he's concerned, you guys are coworkers. Like it wouldn't occur to him to necessarily invite anybody to the nightclub with him.
Also, I think Bishop is going to have a talking to from Drifter later tonight. Or maybe she'll just, I don't know, do something annoying and small to piss him off.
It doesn't say if the container is clear or what color it is, so I'm honestly going to say that you can't really tell from the schematics. But from what you can tell based on the drawing, it looks like it's at least opaque.
Okay. Well, that helps a little bit, I guess. I'm not sure I'd want to put a bomb in there just because don't want to piss off a dragon. But, does it have any sort of ventilation, or does it have any enchantments on it that has been noted?
Nothing that's been noted.
Okay.
There's nothing specifically showing holes or slats in the container. I can't tell you that much.
I'm starting to feel less and less like this is something living, and more like this is a like I say, a device of some sort. Which makes me feel better. As for the location of the vault, what can we discern from that?
Are you trying to search on the Matrix for information? What are you trying to do?
Yeah, we'll search for it on the Matrix.
Matrix perception test.
Yep. Oh, I've got to... Dang it, I've got to open that again. 2 seconds. There
Take
we
your
go.
time.
All right. Oh, interesting. Let's try that again. There we go. Electronics, yeah?
Exactly. Okay, so based on that, the part of the Seattle Underground that is referenced in here is really hard to locate in the Matrix. You can find it, but all you are able to really find are old, effectively news articles and news references that there were people attacked and never heard from.
What's directly above this area?
Directly above that area,
Mhm.
a lot of corporate buildings.
It could be any fucking one of them.
Yep.
Well, all right. Do we have any heavy hitters there? I mean, besides all of them, I'm talking any in the top
Seattle
10?
has almost everyone in it
Well-
in some fashion. But let me see if I've got anything specific, because you rolled high enough where I might be able to get you something more. Come on.
By the way, out of curiosity, unrelated, would my organization, not to belabor the point, but would my organization actually have provided, like, for example, Drifter's real name?
I doubt they would have provided it to you because it probably wouldn't have been relevant.
I
They
think
would have
she-
given you
Go ahead.
enough information to identify who they are and what they are known for.
I
But
think
real name, if they haven't gone by it for a while, it's not necessarily relevant. It would have been their most common name.
I was gonna say, I think she said that more just because she felt threatened by what you were insinuating. Like, oh yeah, I've got your entire I've got your entire life on this flash drive right here, and if you don't like it, I can just have you killed. Is what she felt like was being implied, which maybe was, maybe wasn't.
It was a threat, but nothing quite as specific as all that. More of a statement of I'm not who you think I am, and you know, the organization that he works for is actually much more powerful than what your behavior merits.
So basically,
Okay.
That type of thing.
you're saying I'm big time, you're small fry. Back off.
It's more of a flex than anything.
Take you guys over to the map and give you a little bit of an idea what we're looking at. We are going to be in Redmond. And it's in the Redmond Barrens where your location is. There are a lot of corps that still have offices there, but it's not necessarily going to be any of the super big dogs.
None of the
It's a
top
kind
10.
of rent. No.
Okay.
The- It is going to be
Somebody
in
would
the
have had to-
Barrens.
Somebody would have had to have built that vault, which means there's got to be somebody who's got on file who they built it for.
If it's for another dragon, for example, then it would be a corporation front, or at least a small time company front, but a front either way.
A lot of the Big Ten own a lot of the smaller companies, even if they don't necessarily have a large presence over the small corps.
Right.
The corp web in Shadowrun is insanely large and super involved in each other.
Have you
Well,
seen
the,
real life corporations? This feels like that too, I'm sure.
It's super exaggerated in Shadowrun, though. I mean, the corporations, the Big Ten, own I think 90 or 95%, one of those two numbers, of all the smaller corporations. So quite literally, the Big Ten own the world,
Yeah, that
and
actually kind of sounds about right, at least for the U.S. That's the
yeah,
scary part,
but-
ladies and gentlemen. 5 companies control more than 90% of every business in the USA that's a chain and not something small. That's scary. Sorry, moving on.
Yeah.
Too real, man. Too real.
Mm,
Beginning to make me feel like I need to actually take on a Shadowrun or Persona in real life.
I always tell people your data is the most important thing to protect.
If you don't have another, like a real life alternate persona, then you're way behind.
You're right.
My alternate is Bob Peterson. Hey there, I'm Bob Peterson. Pleased to meet you.
My name is Sugarwrath, Destroyer of Worlds. Sorry.
Whoa.
No. Okay. So with the information we have here, it's in beneath Redmond. Where are we right now?
You're in Puyallup. At the bottom.
Oh, okay. You have to probably look at it and yeah, that's a drive. And then where are we headed again?
I think
Okay.
I think one of my apartments is actually in Redmond.
I'd say your safe house is located in Puyallup.
Right.
The safe is going to be in Redmond, and you are going to take your container after you steal information or
Tacoma,
steal what you're
right?
stealing into Tacoma. Yep.
That's quite the
you-
drive. A lot.
You're going to be doing a
Oh,
lot of driving.
Slagheap has intimate knowledge of the Redmond Barrens.
Does he really? Go
He
Slag.
does. That's
Too bad he's not
that's-
here right now.
that's
Well,
where
he
he's
also
from,
has
but-
a pretty limited vocabulary.
Yeah, they're really not going to be not, not much help telling us where shit's at.
I mean, he has a vocabulary that's large enough to express how he's feeling and what he's doing.
Being said, since I do know that you said Slagheap more or less lives in the Barrens, I'm going to run a couple rolls with you beforehand just so we know how Slagheap's going to react to some things, but
Oh,
we'll get to that.
okay.
Because I'm sure that he's gone into the underground for his
I was just thinking
feeding
about that.
habits.
So,
You can say that.
so I was told by an associate to be heavily armed. That being the case, I have a feeling he wasn't just talking about vault security. What's the underground scene look like down there?
Redmond Barrens.
Mm-hmm.
Does. Actually, because of Knight's.
I have Seattle
Knowledge of
neighborhoods.
stuff.
As
Go ahead and roll that.
knowledge.
Go ahead and roll that for knowledge.
Okay, and so let's see here. That's just what 3d6? No.
It's going to be perception or memory, whichever you're trying to recall.
Let's see.
Probably memory since you're not at that location currently.
Right. Ah. Beautiful.
That is a really good roll. So the Seattle Underground in Redmond Barrens is commonly referred to by the people there as the Feral Underground. The Feral Underground, there's a lot of things there. You have potential for anything from ghouls to vampires to worse.
Such a Slagheap.
Such as Slagheap.
All right. Now, that being said, is the location we're going to somewhere we can actually get Betty to, or is this something we're going to have to drag out of the underground to get to Betty? The reason I'm asking is because Betty's got firearms attached that I think could be useful. Heavy machine gun.
Let me see what I can find out.
Because if we could just
No, you are not going to be able to take Betty with you.
Okay.
The location that's marked in your map that you're going to be climbing down is a ventilation shaft.
We've been in tighter places before. No. That being the case, All right.
So it's a ventilation shaft that's the entrance.
Entrance that's marked on the map is closest to the safe.
Would I do have a question then?
Yeah.
Would we be able to get slag heap in through an alternate method?
It's not a small ventilation shaft. Slagkeep would be able to fit through it, just not Betty.
What type of drone is Betty?
No, Betty's a truck.
Betty's the Ares Roadmaster.
Oh, well, I mean, slag heap's a truck too,
Battery
but he's an
low.
appropriately sized truck. You got an actual truck. I can't help you with that.
Yeah, Slagkeep would be able to fit, Betty would not.
Yeah, that. Let's see here. Well, now Drifter's got a kind of not a conflict of interests, but a kind of a conflict of interests.
Charging battery.
Sorry for the stream who had to hear those charging battery things. Because Drifter wants to go in and take a look for herself and grab some things herself. However, it would probably be pertinent to have the person that is controlling the drones be somewhere else that maybe if they died, maybe they won't be in danger of dying. How's that sound?
Dying is good.
Oh, Dying is good?
Not being in danger of dying.
Oh, okay. I heard dying is good.
Sorry.
I heard dying is good too, and that made me a little confused too.
It might have been my mic just decided to pick up frequency weird.
But at the same time, yeah, she wants to see what's in the vault, but the safe play is to have her sitting in the truck so whoever makes it out can, put it in the truck.
Do you vocalize these concerns with the group?
Yeah, probably. So, should I be... The smart part of me says to sit in the truck and follow you guys down with Rufus. Big Rufus, not Little Rufus. Little Rufus died.
I'm sorry for your loss.
He was a good little drone. We will miss his services dearly. But
So what is Big Rufus?
Big Rufus is a medium size. I just don't remember what it is. 1 second.
Medium drones are the Nissan Doberman, the
It's a
Nissan Samurai, Nissan Rotodrone. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, you can get that down.
Oh, easily.
Oh yeah.
It's the size of a dog, more or less.
Yeah.
And it's got dual machine guns and dual grenade launchers.
Whoa, on a rotodrone?
Mm-hmm. It had room for 2. They're Ares Alphas.
Nice.
So assault rifles, not machine guns, but...
Yeah. Ares Alpha, my go-to assault of choice. I love the Ares Alpha when I play any trigger.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'll get sidetracked for like minutes here.
Especially with the grenade launchers. It should be able to handle itself in combat fairly well. That being said, it's not very good as a utility drone. Which means that it would not be able to carry anything out, I don't believe.
Generally not, especially if it doesn't have the articulated arm
No.
instead.
Yep, it's got... Yeah, and the Autosoft installed is evasion, so yeah.
Food for thought. A rotodrone with a sniper attached to it makes for great long range support. Above ground. It's beautiful.
Oh, you've given me ideas. Because here's the thing. I promised that I would, we would give him the plasma lance and then you guys would get whatever he paid us for. I'm almost thinking about either asking for the drone they're giving us for the plasma lance, or paying you guys to let me keep it, because. Oh yes, oh yes.
For the plasma lance or the drone itself?
The drone itself, the plasma lance. You're like, you're gonna give us whatever he gives you back for it, right? Yeah.
So the information that you have with the plasma lance is the drone that is coming to help power it is an Ares pack mule.
Okay. Ares pack mule. That's a quadruped, kind of like walking flatbed type of thing.
The pack mule is a four-legged cargo hauler intended for rough terrain where roads are rare and and airspace is dangerous. Spec Ops teams will often ditch the cinder line of pack boxes for a gyro arm under an HMG used for a turret by the team's support specialist. That is a description directly from the book.
That seems like something like Slag Heap would just have a fucking ball with.
Slag Heap has fun with all kinds of things, mostly of the violent nature.
Oh man, but no.
Also
yeah,
eating.
So, I think it's better if I sit outside and keep the truck warm-ish. And I'll follow you guys in.
How about this? I'll cut you a deal. Keep me in mind and just toss me a smile every once in a while. And if I see any goodies in that there vault that you might be interested in, I'll make sure to grab it if I can. How's that sound?
Was it flirt?
It wasn't intended as such, but
Sorry,
I'm
that's
not
what I
making a
picked up about
pass.
it.
I'm not making the pass at the geriatric here. I'm just doing my best to smooth the relations over with party members. I think Salvo's a lost cause, but
Now,
he was from the start.
you mistake age for being geriatric. She's probably... she could keep up with you in a run. She
I was about
I'm
to say,
not saying geriatric as a knock to her abilities. I'm saying geriatric because you said her age was 70 or 65.
Yep.
And 65 is geriatric. It's the current retirement age. Like,
she
Well,
may
not
not
for
even
me.
look 65, just saying.
I mean, she doesn't look young. She doesn't necessarily look 65. She's taking care of herself. But either way, she kind of gives you this look, cocks your head, and
with the understanding that I'm not making a pass.
well, that's maybe not how she took it, but she's cocked her head, she's raised an eyebrow. Okay, friend.
Okay, now I just feel awkward. Jesus Christ. All right.
Sorry, because that's kind of what I picked up. Spare me a smile, and I'll see if I can find something of your interest. And I'm just like, wait a second.
Do I have to retcon that statement and adjust it?
No,
or-
it's too late.
No, not at all. Not at all.
It's out there. It's
cat
live.
shredded the
Anybody
bag,
who's listened
sorry.
to this heard the smarmy scumbag hit on the jury. Oh Jesus!
Yep.
Being said, unless you guys have anything else to do, that's all we got for tonight.
I think that Drifter is more than happy to leave it there for tonight because
I'm just looking at buying for the. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to look at stuff I need that I might want for Salvo for this mission. What have you? And until we actually get into this thing, there's not much more I've got for the moment. Maybe some role playing of like some in the nightclub. I don't know. I mean, that's about it.
We'll come in next week. Who knows?
Yeah. So the opening scene is just Salvo cutting it up on the dance floor of a nightclub somewhere.
Got that old school breakdance vibe, maybe, who knows?
Saying
don't
phrases like cutting it up.
You know, hey, you know what? The shit circled back around
He,
sometime 5 years ago. It's fine.
hey, it's okay. He was born when, the phrase cut a rug was invented.
Not necessarily, no, but I was around when the damn saying came back around, so because these
I
things
mean,
always come back around. Mm.
I'm in tears right now, just so you guys
Oh, are you?
know.
Are you?
Oh God.
You heard it here first. Bologna jelly is much more hip than I am, according to Bologna jelly.
My.
uh,
Hey,
all right.
sir.
Well,
Yes.
Are you planning on, laying any groundwork for, hacking at all?
What am I gonna hack into? The safe?
Well, there will probably be
probably has-
cameras inside the vault. There's might just be auto turrets. There might be a security system around whatever we're trying to steal.
This is true. Got you there, electronic security expert.
Yeah.
Do that next time also, though, because
Okay.
right now you're in Puyallup, and hacking into something in Redmond would have a lot of noise.
I
It
was
would be
just
very
asking if
hard.
you had a plan.
Yeah.
So
Especially if it's underground. I mean, you're
Yup.
we have till Friday. Tomorrow will be Wednesday.
Exactly. We got this. We got this.
So
All right.
yeah, I think.
I guess
I'm
if
good.
that's
Let's go ahead and start up wrap-ups.
all right, then that's usually me to start it. So on Tuesday nights, anyway. I am the Just King Zerat. You can catch me here on Monday nights for the Fire Strike, our flagship show on my favorite group of space pirates, space terrorists, and never do wells. You can catch me here on Tuesday nights, like you just did, playing Salvo, the cocky elf combat mage, who's probably going to buy a little bit of equipment here sometime this week. You can also catch me every other Saturday night for our Apocalypse World campaign, The Bitter Ends. It is set in a apocalypse where the polar ice caps melted and everything's underwater for the most part. And it's wacky and weird and crazy and out there, and you should watch it because I sit down for that thing not knowing what I'm going to do every time, and every time it turns out to be some bonkers, batshit crazy stuff.
Group hug!
Right? You could also catch me on my other channel of Zerat. I did finally start streaming on my other channel of Zerat again on Twitch for playing video games. I was playing some some Sims with the Star Wars stuff on it. Because everybody bitched about it as soon as it was announced. Like, oh, this is not the Star Wars we want. It ruins both Sims and Star Wars. And I was like, you bitches started a bunch are worrying about it before you ever saw what it was. So I'm streaming it. I don't give a fuck. I'm having fun with it. And I'm probably going to keep doing it. You can also, let's see, if you are watching on Twitch, and which you should be, and you want to go back and you want to relive all the craziness and try to, determine the various things that we all said and see if, somebody really did say something under their breath that you thought they said. You can catch us at YouTube at Paradise Theater. And if you are watching on YouTube and you want to catch it where everything is live and Uncle Bob can't spoil it for you and be like, yep, Salvo started another fire tonight. You can catch us live on Twitch at Paradise Theater. The big difference between the two of them, and I was corrected on this last night, but the big difference between the two of them is on YouTube, Paradise Theater is all one word, and on Twitch, there's an underscore between each of the words. And if you are looking to catch up on, some scheduling updates, some, opinions or thoughts of things that might be, potentially relevant to nerd culture, uh, you know, you can catch us, or, maybe some kind of memes of some sort of temperature. I don't know. They're above 100 degrees, or above 120, something like in the higher temperature
Hot
range.
memes, dude. Hot memes.
Those are the ones. You can catch us at Pear Theater on Twitter. With that said,
Oh God.
I'm gonna move this one on down the line. Who's up next?
I think I'll go next. This has been Baloney Jelly, aka Bishop, aka me. I'm Slykeep, which will next session hopefully. And it sounds like we're definitely going to see more out of Slykeep, and that'll be fun and interesting. This has been for some reason a very hilarious session for me personally.
Imagine why.
Maybe it's because like somehow the smarmy greaseball has hit on like without meaning to has hit on the older set.
Geriatric?
You can say that. You said it, not I. Not the intention, but yeah,
Kind of funny.
kind of a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, and yeah, you could catch me here every Tuesday evening playing Don't Seattle for Everything Less. That is currently the only public game that I am in. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and pass it on down to the next person.
All right, I guess that could be me. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cyrus Smith, and you just saw me playing Drifter. According to some people, geriatric, wrinkled old lady who's apparently she needs to go to bed because it's past her bedtime. So, anyways, you can also find me on. Not this Thursday. We are not running Severova this Thursday or next Thursday, but in 2 weeks' time, you will definitely have to catch. Or is it 3 weeks' time? Yeah, 3 weeks' time. You will have to catch me playing Anatoly Bashenko, the cook who is very fucking confused and more than a little homicidal at this point because we basically just had it confirmed that we're in a simulation right now. And he thought he was just part of Odon, one of the Odons that, was on a recruitment drive for glorious Mother Russia in the year 1939. And that apparently is not the case. You can also find me on Sundays, where I'm running Tales from the Cosmos, where this week our band of intrepid heroes and our other band of misadventurers, are going to be, well, you'll have to tune in to find out. You can also find me on Monday, where I usually play Twinkle Bailey, except for, Mondays where my dad has a birthday. So, yeah. But you can find me playing Twinkle Bailey, the isekai who, I don't know what happened yesterday. What, anything exciting?
Ship almost blew up. No, I'm just kidding.
Why do I feel like you're only half joking?
Vesa almost got herself into an on with a big Vesk captain.
She didn't insult his honor, did she?
She kind of called him out.
Oh, shit.
Luckily Zai made a pretty good culture rule and knew how to straighten things out before shit got too far.
Well, that's good, because the last thing we need is somebody... Never mind. Just, yeah. You can also find me on... Well, that brings us back to Tuesday. That's me.
All right. I get to be second to last. I don't know. So, Scott, Psych, whatever, sir. I don't know. I'm the weird one. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm the little hacker dude. So whatever. We'll see what happens with that. Why? Anyways, okay. So what else am I in? See, every other Saturday, which will not be this next Saturday because we just did it, would be the Bitter Ends, where I play Castiel, and apparently I insinuated a giant group hug event. I don't know how that happened, but hey, I was just trying to heal the rock star, and then everybody else joined. Whatever. Other things I'm in, when the Sunday thing gets back together and we get everybody in order to do that, we got the brain fart Ballad of the Menagerie. That's what it is. Okay, where I play Chess, who's on Planet Z, Kneecap, whatever it's called. I don't know. After the battle, we're taking care of things on the planet, making it better. Okay. The other game I'm on Fire Strike, where I play Xander, a little research development individual that researches about the Sifter and trying to stop the end of the multi-existence world.
Yeah,
Kill my other character. That would kill Chess too. I just realized that. Oh my Lanta.
What are we doing, guys? Come on, we need to be on that, damn it.
Well, that's been saying for months, but whatever. That's everything for me, I think. Yes.
As an addendum to my earlier statement, I really do miss you guys on the ballad.
See, and I really would like to get the ballad back up and running, but unfortunately it's a weird time slot right now, and I'm still working on getting shit together for it. I don't know what's happening. I'm trying to find people for it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, you change up that time slot, and I'm totally backhand.
Yeah, see, because right now we're like the Captain Shadow is down because Computer King isn't, dealing with health issues. Daniel is doing his, has kind of like cut back from things, so we don't have Oliver Byrne. And we're like, and the time slot we're at, you couldn't make, so that's Tiz is out as well. So right now, I think all we've got for the ballad is Chess, who's a psychopathic, and Joe, who is Big Al. So neither one of them are the captain. Neither one of them are have captain skills at the moment. So I don't know. We'll figure it out someday. I hope. I think that leaves just Vanna.
That'll leave me. I'm the GM for Don't Seattle for Anything Less, which can be found here most Tuesdays. I can also be found on the Prismatic Tsunami Twitch channel. I'm a member of the Exposition Street podcast, a movie review cast. This Saturday, we are going to be reviewing War Games at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time if you want to join. Other than that, I've got Tuesdays here. Thank y'all and have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Boy, you